It's a sucker-free production brought to you by Sucker Free University. In this episode, I want to talk about appreciation and how important appreciation is as far as ourselves and dealing with other people. You know, sometimes we go through life with almost like an entitlement thing. Like we think everything is supposed to happen to us just because, and we don't appreciate the smaller things. Sometimes you got to take time to fall back and look at what you got and appreciate what you got, and don't really stress and don't worry about what you don't have. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what you think you don't have, it's much more than what another person have. You know what I mean? When you think you're doing bad, you got to understand, you got to appreciate your life. You got to understand when you think you're doing bad, just remember, it's always people doing way worse than you. So on your worst day, you're doing better than somebody on their best day. So you got to appreciate your life. And if it's something that you don't, if it's something that you don't like, you don't appreciate about yourself personally, you got to work on that. But you gotta stay humble and appreciate what you do have, and appreciate, other than appreciating yourself, you gotta appreciate those around you. You know what I mean? Even if things with yourself, like I said, if anything, even if things with yourself is not on the up and up, you still gotta appreciate those who are around you, especially in your times of not doing so well. You gotta appreciate them and let them know you appreciate them. And sometimes you letting the person know you appreciate them is not always monetary thing or buying them gifts. Sometimes you could just simply tell them you appreciate them, or you could do things to show your appreciation. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's your neighbors, you got neighbors on your block. You know what I mean? They keep it cool with you. On certain days, you may got an elderly person, pull the garbage out for them. You know what I'm saying? Put the garbage back up for them. Do little things. Show your appreciation. You got people at work who cover for you. Sometimes you've been having a lot of emergencies lately. You got people who will cover your shift or cover for you. Show your appreciation. You don't gotta necessarily give them nothing, but you could fill in for them one day, or you could do it's certain things you could do to show your appreciation. I don't believe, and I think a lot of people do believe, that in order for you to show your appreciation, you gotta do something for somebody. No, sometimes you can show your appreciation by just staying out of a person's way. You know a person having a bad day or something not going right, and you know they not really in the mood to be bothered or need to be bothered at the time. You could show them by helping them with whatever they going through. Whether you're on a job site and they got a work task and they frustrated because they going through whatever, you show your appreciation and humility by going to help them. Hey, look, I see you going through something right now, bro. I appreciate you being here, helping my job be easier through these past couple weeks, months, and days. So what I'm gonna do for you, I'm gonna help you do. You know what I mean? I'm gonna help you get through this. Whatever you need to get done, I'm gonna help you do it. That way you can take some time to yourself and get yourself right mentally. Show some appreciation. Whether it's your child's mother, whether you with them or not, show some appreciation. They raising the child, whether y'all together in a relationship or not. Show some appreciation. Call them sometime and ask them how they doing, how they day going. Is everything all right? Is there anything I could do for you that don't involve me spending my money? Show some appreciation to your brothers, your sisters. Show some appreciation. Just call people sometime and just say thank you for everything that they doing for you. Whether they do something for you or not, just certain people being in your life, you gotta appreciate it because of the energy and the camaraderie they bring into situations. You know what I mean? We a lot of times we suffer from entitlement and don't appreciate because we think things supposed to go a certain way because that's how the narrative is written, or this is how it go. And the truth is, you shouldn't be entitled to anything. You should always appreciate what you have and what you don't have, and appreciate the process of life and obtaining things that you don't have that you want. Appreciate the journey. A lot of us, we want everything to fall out the sky. We don't appreciate nothing. It's like when you go from broke to having a whole lot of money, like you might win a lottery or you might inherit something. You ain't gonna appreciate that money because you ain't have to work to get it. It fell out the sky. So you know what happened a lot of times? You go back to being broke faster than you believe because you didn't appreciate what you had. Sometimes you gotta go on that journey. You gotta suffer. You gotta bleed. You gotta work hard so you can appreciate what you have, and it'll last longer. Not saying what's the word I'm looking for? Not saying it'll be an end all be all and you will praise it, but you appreciate what you have, and you appreciate the fact that you can move forward and get more. You know what I'm saying? Entitlement is one of those things that is a complete opposite of appreciation. Of appreciating. You got and it's a bad character trait. When you see somebody humble enough to appreciate a person for the littlest thing, you could have opened the door for me. But I'm telling you, thank you so much with a smile on my face. You looking at the person like, what's up? It's just that a person appreciate, because I know you don't have to open the door for me. I know you don't have to say good morning to me. I know you don't have to service me. You could just let the world go how it goes. So for a person sometimes, especially living up north, we don't have what they call like Southern hospitality. Like we all like kind of like mind our own business, stay to ourselves, and kind of like to an outsider, they think we like arrogant and mean, but we just come from a lifestyle of minding our own business and not being so appreciative to the people that surround me. Sometimes you gotta appreciate the people who always got, all the time you should appreciate the people who always got a smile on their face, a good disposition, and always wondering how you doing, always ask you questions. You gotta appreciate them people, because you could be around people who don't care about you, who want to see bad for you, who got bad intent for you. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta know how to appreciate your environment sometimes. I mean, you gotta appreciate sometimes when you live in an area or a community where it's real quiet and ain't nothing going on, ain't no houses being broken. You know, sometimes coming from the city, then moving to the suburbs, it kind of drive you crazy and it bore you to go move in the suburbs, ain't nothing going on. You come out in the morning, you can hear the birds chirping. People don't appreciate those things. A lot of people wish they was back in the hood, living crazy. You gotta come outside the fiends, liquor stores, and people begging. You gotta appreciate certain things, you know. And a lot of us, I hate to say it, me myself included, we don't appreciate things or people until we lose them, until they out of our life to no return. So while you got things, while we got things in our life, we can't take it for granted. We gotta appreciate it and use it as a vessel to motivate us to be better people. Our appreciation and our appreciation for things and others and who we appreciate in our lives determines who we have around us. The things we appreciate, like I said, and the people we appreciate, it determines the effects of our lives, whether we realize it or not. You know what I'm saying? If you have no appreciation, a lot of times in life, you kind of like a narcissist. Your head is up your ass. You really don't see things for what it's worth. You see things for how you see it in a selfish way. You don't appreciate the fact that you got a loving family or you got loving children until they not around no more, or until you're around people who don't have a family or they family dysfunctional and you like, damn, my people ain't nothing like this. My family ain't nothing like this. But then you sit back and wonder how did people get like this? And how are people so evil and mean? Because they was around all bad energy. Nobody appreciated that person. So if you doing something for people and they not showing you their appreciation, whether it's saying a thank you or whatever the case may be, over time it got a tendency to eat away at you, and it changed your disposition when you dealing with people. I mean, it takes your humility and your humbleness away. So you gotta always try to keep yourself around. You gotta be appreciative, but you gotta also try to stay around people who appreciate you. You don't want to be around people who want to use and abuse you and know you're a good person and take advantage of you. You want to be around people who want to appreciate you, appreciate the little things you do, because they know you don't have to do it. You don't have to be there. You doing it because you want to do it. Always appreciate what others don't. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't appreciate the fact that they gotta live with their mother, or they don't appreciate the fact that they gotta live with their mother or whoever, and they look down on it because I'm such and such, I live with my mother. You gotta appreciate the fact that you actually have a mother and she's opened up the door for you to come live with her until you get yourself together. Some people look at it as like, man, I'm too old to be living with my mother. They don't appreciate the fact that you have somewhere to stay till you get on your feet. You know what I'm saying? Some people look at, like I said, back to the entitlement thing. Some of us look at things like, this is how it's supposed to go. I am who I am, so this how it's supposed to be. It ain't supposed to be no other way. Nah, brother. Nah. You gotta always be humble, sit back and reflect on, nobody don't gotta do nothing for me. And you don't have to do nothing for nobody. So whenever somebody do something for you, you openly let them know how much you appreciate them. You tell them how much you appreciate them. And then you show, and then in return you show people how much you appreciate them. And that always going to get you further than versus a person who's looking for things, who's looking for somebody to do something for them. A person who's appreciative is more of a giver, more charitable. versus a person who deal with entitlement. They thinking everything supposed to come to them. And a lot of times when you dealing with those type of people, they rarely have anything. You know what I mean? People who got the attitude of giving and nurturing and showing appreciation, showing love. You know what I'm saying? These are the people in life who get further and have more doors open versus those who have no appreciation or don't appreciate anything and are destructive and savages. They have little, and even if they have a lot, that's only a lot in a little teeny bit of mind, because they haven't experienced what it is to be fruitful when you worldly with people and you deal with everybody and people appreciate you and they show you appreciation and they wondering like, well, how we the same person? How is you getting that love and I'm not getting the same love? Like, we the same people. Yeah, because you got a tendency to be arrogant and selfish when I'm more appreciative and selfless. It's not about me. It's about, for me, it is about me. But for me personally, it's weird because I'm selfish. My thing is, for me being selfish is making everybody around me happy and pleased. That's me being selfish. That's me showing my humbleness and my humility. Me appreciating people and appreciating the fact that I'm good. I appreciate people wanting to be around me. So the fact that me be appreciative of people wanting to be around me and make the people that I have around me, I try to do what I can do to make them happy, try to make their experience around me better. Because I appreciate the fact that people being around me, because I know how it is to not have people, for people not to be one around me, for people not to want to be around me, for people not to ask about me, for people not to know, for people not to even care about what I got going on, for people to assume what I'm doing or what I'm about. So I know what that feels like. So I appreciate for people to, well, it's been coming around. Well, where Ibn? I appreciate that now. It make me feel good. And any chance I get to show people my turnaround or how much I appreciate them, I show it. You know what I mean? I love showing my gratitude and my humility to people because I know I came from a long way of being selfish and not really wanting to appreciate people. I thought me appreciating myself was enough. But in all actuality, I really wasn't even appreciating myself because I was doing a disservice to myself by being rude and disrespectful to others. When I opened up to others and started being more compassionate and being more accepting of people and being more accountable of my actions around people, it gave, if somehow, some way, it made me appreciate people, made me understand people more, and made me open up to people and know it ain't just about me. I ain't the only one in the world. And there's people in the world who socialize and have much better intellect than me. And I was really hindering and holding myself back by not appreciating people when they try to come and correct me and thinking they trying to talk down on me. You know what I'm saying? I didn't appreciate it. I took it the wrong way. Nowadays, I appreciate when somebody pull me up on something I'm doing wrong or saying wrong. Because nowadays, it's all about self-improvement. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate a person who come and see and point something out to me. Because I know if a person didn't care, or if they didn't care, they wouldn't say nothing. They'd just laugh, and let a person do what they're going to do. So you got to always be quicker to appreciate than to raise suspicion. Sometimes if a person's saying something to you, even if they do take it or mean it in a negative way, you got to take it as if you got to take their negative comment and make it a positive vision for yourself. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, you know what I'm saying? You gotta appreciate what they saying, because a lot of times when a person, what we call hating, is some truth behind it. So you gotta appreciate that hate and take it as a pull up, now improve on yourself. You can't always be so negative with your thoughts. You gotta take everything as a learning experience and appreciate what you're going through. Appreciate your everyday life struggles. Appreciate it, because there's people who died yesterday, who dying right now, who won't get a chance to appreciate life, won't get a chance to appreciate those around them and the air that they breathe in. It's over. So you got to take everything that you experience, good or bad, you got to appreciate it and make do of it, make better of your situation. Don't sit there and mope and complain about things. Take it as an experience and appreciate the fact that you didn't go to jail. Appreciate the fact that you ain't dead. You know what I'm saying? Even if you get into a bad car accident, you're on life support and you're breathing, appreciate the fact that you're here and you learn from your things. Appreciate the fact that you got a brain and you can learn from your mistakes to move forward. Don't take things for granted like it's supposed to be like that. That's the worst thing we could do, is not have appreciation for others and ourselves. And appreciation, it runs deep, because the littlest thing The littlest thing that you show appreciation with can take you so far in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to take you to a situation where I was going down to City Hall to the men's group meeting. And I opened up the door for this lady. I didn't know who she was. I just, opened up the door for the lady. I know what I mean, spoke, good afternoon, whatever. And she spoke with a smile. Come to find out, this is the deputy mayor of the city of Newark. You know what I'm saying? And just that little bit of being courteous and being respectful, she showed her appreciation by giving me her personal line, and I could call her for any situation. So I called her yesterday, and she told me about jobs that they're giving out through affirmative action down at City Hall on Friday. Just little stuff like that. Her showing her appreciation to me, because just by me opening up a door, she showing her appreciation to me and sending me to a job fair where 9 times out of 10, because I'm qualified for, I'll be working in the construction industry, back in the construction industry. But that's just her showing my appreciation, her showing her appreciation to me. That's how I took it, her showing appreciation just for me holding the door, humbly holding the door and allowing her to walk before me, and just with a smile on my face. So that's just one way in my personal life I would show appreciation. You know what I'm saying? Another way I would show appreciation in my life, you know what I'm saying, with my brand, Sucker Free University. I put it out, and when I put it out in the beginning, I was just putting it out for myself, to wear something different for myself. But people showing me appreciation, they hit me up, asking about the clothing and things, and they wanna invest with me, they wanna do sponsorship with me, and they appreciate my grind. They seen me and how I've been grinding, coming up, how I knew nothing and just been posting and making my own clothes. They appreciate my grind, and how I take it, they trying to reward my grind by offering to invest in me and sponsorships and give me as much knowledge as I can, because they see a brother working. They see me trying to do something and get myself and keep myself out the way. So I appreciate that. Y'all know who y'all is. I appreciate that, and we going to work. But, you get a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying that to say you get a lot of things in life by just showing humility and appreciating the moment, appreciating people around you, and understanding that you're not equal to nobody, but at the same time, you're not better than nobody. So you got to always come down to earth. If you up here, you got to always stay where everybody else at. And just always keep a smile on your face for better or worse, and stay positive. Always keep it moving. Never let nobody dictate who you is, and always appreciate those around you. Appreciate the good and the bad. Appreciate the beautiful and the ugly. Appreciate the happy and the sad, because you always can make something productive out of it. Always be on the appreciative side, never on the negative side, because if you always appreciate life experiences, you will always be able to accumulate things and find things that'll make you a better person. So always remember that. Always appreciative, and be appreciative of who you are. If you can't find nobody to appreciate your thing, appreciate yourself. Appreciate the fact that you got up this morning. Appreciate the fact that you can go out and work. You know what I'm saying? It all starts with self. So if you can't find or appreciate, start appreciating yourself and then work from there. You know what I'm saying? But appreciate yourself and make it and be humble. Don't appreciate yourself and be arrogant. You know what I mean? Appreciate who you are, because you're improving on yourself. Appreciate the fact that you might have had bad thoughts a time ago, but now you might be in the same situation, and your thoughts may have naturally changed. Appreciate the fact that that's growth. Appreciate the fact that you're growing. Appreciate the fact that you're not on the same time that you was 5 years ago. Appreciate the fact that you changed and you came home from jail, or you was working out, you got your own job. Appreciate growth. Appreciate life, or your appreciation to go down in life, and the life will decline for you. Always be on the up. Always have your spirit up. Always appreciate your teachers, your mothers, your fathers, your grandparents, your sisters. Appreciate everybody around you, even if they don't appreciate you, man. Because that's another thing. You don't have to, just because a person don't appreciate you don't mean you got to return the favor by being rude and not appreciating them. Sometimes you got to kill a person and show a person different. Some people act the way they act because they don't know nothing different. So you got to show a person different. Sometimes a person might have an attitude. You might ask them to do something. They might be snappy. All you got to do is kill them with kindness. Thank you. I appreciate you putting forth the effort, whether they put forth effort or not. Sometimes you can kill a person softly with being kind, polite, and using the right wording. No matter how they feel. You know what I'm saying? You keep yourself. And when you appreciate yourself more, you have less time to react to ignorance. You know what I mean? When you got a better understanding, you appreciate who you are and your goals and your motives in life. You have a tendency not to even feed into the negative things, because you appreciating where you were, who you becoming, where you trying to go, and you only have time for success. Like a lot of people who be into their addictions and things of that nature. Appreciate where you was at a year, 2 or 3 ago, a couple months ago. Appreciate the fact that you was burnt out, and double appreciate the fact that where you at now. And you're gonna love yourself as you keep going forward. You know what I mean? I see so many people that I know personally that I went to New York and got into them programs, and they come back and they loving themselves. They appreciating life. They don't never want to go back to doing what they was doing. They got an actual chance to have an understanding of life with a clear mind, and now they appreciating it. So appreciate yourself, whether you drug addicted, alcohol addicted, whatever you is. Try to improve on it and appreciate the fact that you got life and a mind to improve on it. You know what I'm saying? Any comments you got, let me know, because appreciation is something that we not enough of us. We don't have enough appreciation. We suffer more entitlement than we do appreciation. We don't appreciate nothing. Everything with us is we look for a thing to complain about when we should look for something to praise and appreciate. Stop complaining. Do yourself a favor. Compete with yourself. Every time you look to complain, look for something to praise and appreciate about what you're complaining about. You know what I'm saying? Know how he's saying you can learn something from anybody, even a dummy? You can appreciate that nigga's a fool, and you can appreciate the fact that you don't want to be like that. That's your example of a person that you don't want to be like that. Appreciate these people. Appreciate the drug addicts and alcoholics, because they the physical example of what you don't want to be and who you don't want your people to be. Appreciate them people. Don't talk down on them. Appreciate them, and if you can't, help them. Not by putting money in their pocket, but just having a conversation. People appreciate that. Just having a simple conversation, walking up to somebody and just talking to them. Hey, man, can we go sit down and talk? You know what I'm saying? People appreciate that, because sometimes people don't know how to get things off their chest, and that's when the violence result. That's when people resort to violence. But sometimes you find if you just go talk to a person and you get them a good conversation, they appreciate that way more, and they'll take that, like, man, I ain't know what I was going to do, man. I was thinking about doing this and that, but God must have sent you to me, because I don't know you from a candy paint. You came to me and just talking, and it made me feel better. So you gotta understand, appreciation ain't just about what you can give a person physically as far as buying them things. Sometimes your conversation and communicating with a person is be more appreciating than anything you could do for a person, because it gives them motivation to be better. You buy a person something, and they'll appreciate it, but that's just that. You bought them that, and that's that. But if you give a person some game, some knowledge, some food for thought that they can really take and apply to their life, their everyday life, and their everyday struggles, that's priceless. That's something you can truly say, that's a priceless value, and I appreciate that more than anything you can monetarily buy me. That's what appreciation is for me. That's my number one thing I try to show my communication. I mean my appreciation through communicating with people by telling them, nah, I appreciate that, bro, because I appreciate that, sis. I know you ain't have to do that. I appreciate it. I overly tell people I appreciate them to the point where, like, all right, bro, I heard you, but I just want to let you know, because I know you don't have to do anything for me. So anything you do for me, I know you did it because you wanted to, and I appreciate it. So I'm going to leave it with that. Anything y'all got to say about appreciation, with appreciation meaning y'all know y'all more than welcome to give me y'all insight and y'all opinion, and it's always welcome. Till next time, stay sucker free and stay out the way. You make the money, don't let the money make you.